This week's theme, $10 million. The sub-theme, breaking records. Everybody, I'm Steve Reinharz, CEO of Artificial Intelligence Technology Solutions, listed as a current microcap on the OTC Pinks. And dare I say it? I mean, it's absolutely my favorite OTC company, of course, but we are doing so many good things. This week, we had two press releases that mentioned $10 million in very different ways. The first $10 million that we talked about was the monthly savings that we're giving customers today when compared to the work that would be done by regular security officers. So what a huge number, right? That's a milestone number. You guys should know it. It got the attention from industry that we wanted. And of course, we used that opportunity to really remind people what security guards really do. The vast majority of security guards are limited by contract and law to three functions. Number one, deter bad things from happening through their physical presence. Number two, observe things that are happening, i.e. retail theft, assault, battery, whatever it might be. And number three, report on said activities. Deter, observe, report. That's what security officers largely do. Now, before I get my YouTube filled with other things that they do a lot more. Often, not often, but many times they'll have CPR certifications. Some of them might be armed. All different kinds of functions that require a higher level of security officer in order to perform those functions. So those folks are out there and they do great work. They all do great work. But in general, overwhelmingly, it's deter, observe, report. Now, over the past few years, we got excited about our technology because we're doing autonomous this and bringing in intelligence and so on and so forth. And so we start talking about it. But at the end of the day, we need to be talking more our customers' language, and that is deter, observe, and report. And that's why we came out with our new slogan and our slogan's logo, which is the badge, deter, observe, report, better. We went through hours of discussion of what to do and how to discuss this, and we ended up with the simple word better. Interestingly, a lot of other big companies actually use the word better. They don't get extravagant. They keep it simple. And that's what we wanted to do with our kind of new marketing bend. So what a cool day on Monday when we announced that. We updated our website. We showed it online. And we're getting great response from that because of this change in marketing. You'll see more of that from us, particularly as we continue to increase our marketing spend. For really the first time in history, we're going to start putting some real dollars into marketing. And by that, I mean 5 figures. So over $10,000 a month into marketing. Traditionally, we've spent $500 a month. We recently raised that to about $4,000, and now we're going to go over $10,000. We're ready to start building even more momentum. So that was the first $10 million note that we talked about. The second $10 million note that we talked about, and arguably way more important, is today, it's August 15th as I record this, Thursday, today's press release where we said, hey, we are on track to beat $10 million in annual recurring revenue per year, which is like amazing, right? I said in the press release that we'll still probably keep our forecast at around $6 million in total revenue for this year and look for about a 3x growth versus last fiscal year. We're going to keep it like that. I'll update it at the beginning of December when I have some more clarity into the end of the year. So we're going to stay there. But we finished the year, say, at $900,000 or even $1 million a month in recurring revenue, which puts us over that $10 million annual recurring revenue. And several things should start to happen. Number one, we check a box, an internal box, one of my boxes that says, hey, we've got to be 8 figures before NASDAQ. Number two, we start showing 3 consecutive years of exponential growth. Boom. Need to do that. You know, I'm already thinking about how to maintain that through fiscal 26. Number 3, it gives us more profitability. So we should be showing true operational profitability at these sales rates. 3 huge things. So everybody cheer. Let's have a moment to celebrate this path that we're on. I get people email me all the time or they text or whatever, however they choose to get in touch with me. We need a big sales presser. We need a big sales presser. Okay. And so we've been delivering $1 million a year sales press releases over the past couple of months. And that is amazing. And there's more to come. I know that there's more to come because I know stuff that I can't talk about yet. Okay. Let's talk about something that was a little bit interesting. Our investment banker, J.H. Darby, they asked me, they said, hey, Steve, do you mind if we do a LinkedIn post about the $30 billion, that we just secured with you through AIV? And I said, sure, why not? Whatever. I am happy to help our partners' businesses. So I said, sure. And so they posted it and I reposted it. And we got so many reach outs congratulating us. And it kind of surprised me. I was like, how do you think we're raising money, guys? We've got money, we make our own money, we raise some money, we invest it, we do all these things with it. It's just very interesting. So probably going to use some of that more to gain more industry credibility or industry notoriety. The reason that I'm going to talk about it more is because there is a virtual graveyard. Number one, there's a huge graveyard of startup companies that didn't make it, right? We all know this. Building a business is tough. The odds are against you from the moment you wake up in the day and throughout all of your rest. So we know that building a business is hard and it's, you know what I mean? The odds are stacked against you. Building a business on the OTC, where you have this swarm of sharks around with toxic financing and you're navigating a regulatory environment, further increases the degree of difficulty. And as a result, there's a big graveyard of small companies that never made it. And there's a smaller subsection of graveyard of companies that tried to be robotics companies in the security and facilities industry that didn't make it. And obviously, every day that progresses, we move farther from potentially being one of those companies in the graveyard. But nonetheless, I think that our industry still has some concerns about it just because of the odds of any small business making it are weak. So people got a lot of confidence from that. And they got really happy about that. And they're happy about our march towards profitability. So this in turn just continues to create more momentum for us, more sales, more hitting our goals. Now, talking about hitting our goals, thank you to a couple people that have reached out. They said, hey, I didn't get in the RadCam beta. And I was like, well, it's probably because you didn't respond to something, it was a test. It was a test to get in. We need people that read their emails, respond, and could, be relied on as beta testers. So we added a couple folks back into the beta testing thing. Those cameras I expect to be distributed by the end of next week. Perhaps most excitingly for me is I expect RadCam beta software A to Z to be finished next week. And I'm going to talk about what finished means. Finished means that it's working to some extent. And from there, we tune and test and we get the beta cameras out at the end of next week or the beginning of the week after, and we start putting those through their paces. So it's really, really great that everything seems to be working as we've designed. We've gone through so many technical hurdles that I'll talk about one day. And while we're talking about new product innovation, I'll throw this out there here at you guys, but we have a software application that we've kind of stopped over the past couple of years that we call Hope, HOAP. And I always say the word and I always think about one of our many favorite engineers, but she's based at the Rex and she drives over the border from Canada to the States every day, and she's amazing. Her name is Hope, Hope. But HOAP, let me share with you, our customers and dealers have, for the last couple of years, asked us to create a resident portal application for AVA, so we can start using AVAs in homeowners associations. And I was like, I don't love homeowners associations on the best day. I was the president of mine for 4 years. And I was like, I don't know. But with AVA coming along so strong on the tech side, we greenlit the Hope resident portal application to be finished. So I just want to put it on your guys' radar. By the end of this calendar year, we will have, I expect, many of our dealers pushing AVA into HOAs. It could be a very interesting new market for us. So anyway, folks, listen, I got to get back to it. I'm already late, 2 minutes late for the call that I need to be on right now. Chew on $10 million. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody.